Hey guys, begin with a special final presentation today. For those of you who don't know, I have a long-standing history of loving Black Ops 3's attachment system in their game itself, and I spent uh, an unexorbitant amount of money in that game back when I didn't have bills and I really wasn't in adult life just yet, and I had the money to do so. I spent a lot of money in that game trying to unlock all the attachments for weapons so that in the future I could build all those various attachments for the weapons themselves. Not proud of it, not my finest moments, but it did result in me being able to now go back and do that. So I've stated for the longest of times that I've always wanted to build the base weapon from Black Ops 3 and then make all the default attachments for it and equip those, and then make the black market attachments and equip those and put all of that together. And this is the final journey for the Kuda from Black Ops 3 itself. Excuse my sniffling. I've been sneezing. You guys probably heard it in the last video that I recorded. But so what we've got is a special presentation because it's not going to follow my usual format. Today we're going to take a look at every single attachment in its own rendered image, and then we'll take a look at the actual models of everything together. We'll go through and start. So the actual attachments themselves follow a naming format, and all of the attachments for the Kuda from the black market are named Mongoose. So this is the suppressor for the Kuda, Mongoose, if you will. Just a pretty standard looking weird suppressor because it's standard looking here. This is all fine. And then you got this weird section down here that just for some reason does weird stuff. I'm not too sure why. I just kind of want to go through each of these rendered images and show off each of the attachments before we see them all kind of together. This is the actual stock for the Kuda itself. This is an adjustable stock. I did leave enough room that you can collapse this all the way in, by the way, so that does work. It reminds me a little bit of like an AAC Honey Badger stock. This is actually probably one of my favorite stock designs from the game itself. I think it looks really nice on the Kuda. We get into the rapid fire attachment, which just changes the bolt handle. It's a very subtle change. It's almost not a change at all, but it is a change that I wanted to include, so we did include that here. This is the quick draw grip. The quick draw grip is probably, I think, one of the ugliest attachments for the Kuda, but not the ugliest. We'll get to the ugliest here in a second. But basically, it changes the lower profile of this grip just slightly. It also fills in the holes that are usually here. And you get this wide flare out on the base and this trigger guard extension almost that comes up and around. It's very weird. I'm not too sure what exactly. Well, it's Black Ops 3, so of course there's going to be some weird stuff like this going on, but you can see it. It's got this very weird shape to it. The extended barrel, the long barrel attachment, basically is pretty basic. I want to show off every attachment on their own because combining certain attachments will actually cut off the way that they look. So. Combining long barrel with suppressor, you get the long barrel effect, but you don't actually see a huge majority of this here. So this is what the long barrel attachment looks like inside of Black Ops 3 for the Kuda. We have the laser sight setup going on here. It mounts to the top rail and then it folds down on the side here. I tried to get as much detail in this as I possibly could to make it look pretty good. Very hard to find pieces that kind of resemble those lenses that are on top of lasers and lights, but I tried. This is what I think is the most ugly attachment for the Mongoose Kuda, if you will, and that's the grip attachment. I really hate that they went with the angle grip looks good, and then they hit this large weird section coming off the back of it. And I hate that in particular. That's what ruined the look of the grip for me myself. Like if they had just taken this and put it here, it would be fine. But no, they had to use this giant weird section back here, which I don't like. It does not look good. FMJ, extended mags, and fast mags I have put all together in one. The extended mag is the longer magazine with this actual cloth wrap around it. There's a couple cables that are supposed to go over here, but I didn't do that for the sake of rendering purposes. When you import from LDD to Studio, it doesn't retain those wrappings, so I did not include those here. There is a zipper along the side here. I think these pieces actually work really well for zippers. The fast mags attachment is this loop down at the bottom. So you can see that in conjunction, these two attachments work really, really well. And then the FMJ attachment is actually what changed the overall look of the front end handguard section here. And it's a pretty substantial change. I actually really like the FMJ attachment itself. FMJ stock, extended mag, and fast mag, I think overall really kind of attribute to the good look of the Kuda itself, and don't neglect it. So we took and we combined all of those together into one weapon here in its default camouflage. So as you can see, this is what everything together looks like. As I said before, a couple attachments supersede one another. So even though there is a long barrel attachment here, the suppressor comes over top of it. I have the game downloaded. I was looking at 3D images of this when it's all together. So this, I know for a fact, is what it looks like. Laser sight, FMJ, the grip, extended mag, fast mag, quick draw, the rapid fire on the other side, which you guys can't see, but no big deal because that's a minor change. Stock here. Hopefully I didn't forget anything there. On FMJ itself, I did have to remove the rails off the side as laser sight did fight with those, but that's not too big of a deal, honestly. I should have put the ELO sight up here. I have an ELO sight from the game on my God mode Kuda. I did not put one up here. I should have put one up here to make it look better. So once I'm done with this, I've discussed before that I wanted the base Kuda in its regular design without any attachments. I wanted the God mode Kuda, which had all the attachments on it combined with the gold camouflage from the game, which worked out really well. I've already done both of those before. You guys can go check those out. And then I was really trying to figure out how to do a dark matter camouflage in the game. For the longest of times, I couldn't figure out how to do a dark matter camouflage. So I decided then that for my black market version, I would just make everything black with a little bit of gray here and there, and that would work out. I've done this on the Locust as well. And that's semi-worked. It looks pretty badass for what it is. It's blacked out, if you will. It's the black market, so I made it black. That's kind of where the idea came from. And then I realized that I have a wonderful tool to me, and that is Studio 2.0 by Bricklink. So then I went ahead, I loaded up Black Ops 3, I took a look at the dark matter camouflage, which I do have, and I started throwing colors on to the Mongoose Kuda in proper places, because don't forget that camouflage is only applied to certain areas on the weapon body itself in the game. And this is what I got for the dark matter camouflage itself, and I'm okay with what this turned out to be. You kind of get the gist of what it is, and it's the best of what we can do inside of like legal bounds, if you will. Obviously, I could slap stickers over the entire receiver with the dark matter look and variation to them, and be done with it, and that would be like a 100% accurate, but that's kind of like defeating the purpose, because it's all stickers, it's not kind of brick built out. So this is what we actually ended up with inside of everything. I did make this inside of LDD, so we can open the dark matter version, and this is what it actually looks like inside of LDD. We've already gone over and I've already shown individual looks of the actual attachments and everything like that, so I'm not too concerned about showing off too much of this to you guys. It is something that we've already discussed before, and it is pretty basic, honestly, but that's pretty much it for everything. This has been a huge ride. I've really enjoyed making this and actually, getting through to doing this because this is not something that a lot of people get to do. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to come right and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. If you guys want to kind of come talk with me and see videos and stuff before they get released, don't be afraid to check out my Discord server. If you need a link to the Discord server, just ask in the comment section below, and I will send you guys a link. Thanks for watching.